Hey tankheads, it's Roost here, and this is a master class with MajorInsane. And Major is teamed up with his buddy Fguri, and they are both driving the Tier 9 French heavy tank AMX 5120, and the map is Westfield, and these guys are at north side and poking these ridges around here. What you have to keep in mind when you're playing with this AMX that it doesn't have very reliable armor in this tier, and it uses the autoloader, which you can see demonstrated here by Major, because he's caught up with a Conqueror that is pushing really aggressively towards the Major's team, and he is able to get good 3 shots on the side of that Conqueror, and within just seconds away from the start of the game, that Conqueror is below the half of his health. And what you need to do always in clip tanks is that you try to clip and do as much damage as you can in one time, and then you need to find a spot where you can reload. And in this map, it's pretty sweet. I mean, these ridges will protect you if you have backup. Pretty good, and the reload time is not that horrible in this tank, so you need to keep that in mind. Major sees the tree coming down, looks, doesn't have anything, sees the ST1 driving around, and the other feature of this tank is that the gun depression and the elevation are pretty horrific, so it usually means that you need to drive your tank over the ridges to get those shots, and it often leads to trading. But with a clip tank and engaging, isolated tanks, should be come out victorious in all of those trades, and that was pretty good trade with the ST1. And guys is scanning actually now what to do, because the enemy team is pretty spread up, compared to Major's team, which is basically clustered in the northwest corner. So guys are just scanning around what to do next and waiting for reload, and Fguri is obviously reloaded already because he's shooting over the ridge, and Major is just going over this side to see what's available around here. At least we can see E100 and D30. D30 is actually gone, and E100 has lost all of his backups, so he's pretty much a gunner. And what Major is doing, he's flanking the E100 because that turret doesn't turn that fast. And there's one bounce, another bounce, and that didn't actually go that well. Got 2 hits, but the E100 is gone, and somebody shot that Jack Tiger pretty badly on there, so Major is just retreating back. The safety of these hills, and RT is actually taking shots on that Jack Tiger, so that's not good. And constantly what Major is doing, he's scanning around while reloading, which is a great thing, and you should just pick up this in your gameplay. Always on reload, scan around. It's a good way of getting intel, and also a good way of keeping your tunnel vision in check. E100 manages to end Fguri's game, but Major has got his side and is now just battling away and managed to get some good shots on that E100, and he's reloading now, and he's just getting the frog out of dodge to reload in time and just have another targets around. And he's setting his sights on that AMX 1390. So the north side is cleared, so now the team has to come to south, which hasn't done so good to this point, and Major is going over on this ditch so he can get his tank in right position to shoot these tanks, because like I said, the gun depression is pretty poor, and that's a miss. But a good shot on 140, and this AMX doesn't care about Major. I think he just tries to do as much damage as he can. The game is 12-7. It's in pretty good control at the moment, but the enemy has some nasty surprises in their team. The players are pretty good, especially the ones playing issue 101 and object 140, and Major just lost the sight on that AMX 1390. So what he's doing actually here is he's going to set his sights for that 140 who we saw coming up the hill earlier on when Major was coming this way. So the object is now spotted by that poor IS-3, because that's just breakfast for tier 10 Russian medium tank, and Major is going forward trying to get some good shots on that object, but he doesn't want to go over the ridge because he would be pretty stuck there if the object would shoot his tracks, and in the worst case scenario the object would shoot his tracks in a way that Major wouldn't be able to even shoot the object. And here you can see that, the turret traverse versus, fast tanks like object 140, it's pretty hard to hit a moving tank when it's moving sportly back and forth. So that is also something you could pick up on your gameplay if you like to play fast tanks. It's a good way to protect yourself, is to move around swiftly. But the time and the space is running out on that object 140. The whole team is gone. He's the only one left, and Major is going around here, and what he managed to do is to distract the 140 and just taking some good shots on the side that bounces. Another good hit. He's got one round left and a bit of a sad spot. He wasn't able to finish the object. The object just reminds me of that, but the friendly object 140 is coming this way, and Major is backing up because he kind of feels that the object might come for him because he's still reloading, but for some reason the object doesn't want to do that. He just sticks around on those ridges, and the object actually picked another spot, so I think he was just trying to get away, but our friendly object was just too fast for him. And for him, the game is pretty much over, and there it is. So let's go see some stats. Okay, so let's look at the stats of this game. Victory game, 85,000 credits, 2,000 XP with a double high caliber bruiser, fire effect, and a mastery badge for MajorInsane in his AMX 5120. He did 6,696 damage, got 2 kills and 1,395 base XP in this game, which is pretty good in my book. About the detailed report, 25 shots fired, direct hits 22, 18 of those penetrated, so he was able to do that damage amount. Here he received 5 hits, 3 penetrated, and surprisingly 2 didn't penetrate him, so they probably were pretty shallow angles. People were trying to shoot him, so he was able to bounce those shots, and you don't get that much damage blocked in this tank, but he managed to do 240. Did some assistance damage over 900 and traveled 2.5 clicks, and he did almost 50k credits in this game. So there you have it, a mastery class with MajorInsane, and if you want to be added to this series, just send me a link to your replay and I'll review it and hopefully add it to my channel. So that's it, guys. Hope you liked this video. If you liked it, just tap that like button. If you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and I see you on the next one.